Welcome back, everybody. This is the Educational Numismatist one more time. Please, if you like my videos, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It helps me tremendously. We are definitely trying to grow the channel, and you've been helping us tremendously. I appreciate each and every one of you. For this video, we are going to talk about what represents absolute perfection in the form of a Morgan dollar. I've done a couple of videos on how to help grade and understand what goes into grading a Morgan dollar. And in this particular example, you can see just how beautiful that hairline detail is. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is right here above Liberty's ear, on that hairline, there should be tremendous detail like there is in this case. Maybe it's better to see it here. There you go. Okay, so you can even see little faint lines, barely visible, right there above the ear. Those are the ones that are key. Now, also the lines in her hair and the Liberty, and notice that there are no rub marks, no contact marks, no abrasions, no scuffs, no dings, nothing marring the surface of this coin. Anything that you see is actually on the surface of the capsule. On the reverse, look at the level of detail in those breast feathers. Okay? Now, typically, this is where you're going to see wear first. It is the highest point on the reverse of the coin. The other thing that is critical to look at and is amazing to have an MS70 to compare it to is right there on the talons. Okay, look at how much detail is still present on the talons. That is the other high point on the reverse. Those disappear very quickly. Just as the detail in the hairline right above her ear. Look at how much detail there is there. That is a mint state 70. That is what the designer intended for his coin. Now, in comparison, now that you've seen perfection, okay, you can look at this coin and see, wow, that's got some tremendous hairline detail as well. But one thing you can't help but notice, number one, it doesn't have the same amount of mint luster, and it does have contact marks. It does have scuffs. It has rub marks. Now, that doesn't mean that it's wear, but all of those little minor imperfections, and notice those little shiny spots at the high points of the hair, those are like rub marks when it just, gets rubbed against things. That's unavoidable in a coin, even an uncirculated coin that has been in population with other uncirculated coins for any length of time. This would never be graded as a perfect coin. Now, it could very well be graded as a high grade because it shows tremendous detail, even on the breast feathers on the reverse. Now, here's why looking at the talons on the reverse is so important. Notice how those don't have quite the same amount of detail as we just saw on that mint state 70. They're still in good shape, but it's not to the same extent. Breast feathers, very nicely formed. Beautiful coin. But not perfect. So sometimes it's nice to either go out to the PhotoGrade website, which I've talked about on a prior video, or have the benefit of literally being able to compare against an already graded mint state 70. Now, the reality is, the vintage coins, you'll never see anything higher than a 69. What's kind of interesting is on the newer coins, you'll almost never see below a 68. Now, you may see a 67 or a 66, but those are going to be rare. Why? Because number one, there are very few of these. They only made 175,000 of each denomination. On top of that, they were never meant for circulation. These were meant for collectors. Okay, these were produced by the mint as a 100th anniversary commemoration, and people knew that. So these were put away either in the original government packaging, which a lot of people still have, which basically looks much like this, except that it says 2021 and whatever the appropriate mint mark is. But when they came out with these, it was beautiful because people like me were able to finally hold a coin like this and see that is what George T. Morgan intended his coin to look like. So, just another little tidbit on grading a Morgan dollar. I hope that you have found this helpful. If you have, please do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like the video, that would also be greatly helpful. I'm considering doing something I'm going to call office hours, where I will just start a live broadcast, and hopefully I won't be sitting there by myself, as I'm afraid I will be, but I'll stick it out for some amount of time. And if you all have questions, issues that you'd like to discuss, maybe you've got a coin you want to know more about, I would love to be able to, talk to you about it. If you can show pictures of it, maybe I can help you identify it, or help identify, whether or not it would be, a valuable coin or not. As we've discussed, a coin that looks like this, is a nice coin, and actually is a semi-key date, 1892-0, but you can tell that condition is nothing remotely close to that. So, like I say, if I have been helpful in your numismatic education, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you the next time around. This is the Educational Numismatist.